All right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Friday morning. The sun is shining today. The roosters are crowing loudly right now. It's a beautiful morning, but there are some very intense things happening on the Bitcoin chart right now, on the Ethereum chart, things I definitely want to cover because I think right now the markets are very choppy, extremely choppy, very easy to get sliced up in these markets. I am being very cautious. I have been being very cautious this entire week with the trades that I have been making. I have been putting out words of caution to everybody taking these trades with me, saying the conditions are not ideal. However, we can still be making trades in this market currently as it stands. And in the Discord yesterday, we did make a trade. It was a little choppy, but it ended up being a really nice trade. Let me get into the chat here and say hi to everybody. What's going on, everybody, Mega Skaters? Yeah, it'd be a good idea to stay off. What's up, Rosvon? What's up, Noob? 1337. What's going on, Frank? What's going on, Ayunut Sandu? Guys, make sure to FOMO into the like button for this video so that people can see this. Super googly. Your Forex long at 52K. You know, I mean, we'll get into it more in this video, but it I might, I don't know. Let's do our analysis. Let's do our analysis, guys. So, good morning, happy Friday, everybody. I'm over here listening to my roosters crow very loudly. I hope you guys don't hear that, but like I was saying, we're in some extremely choppy markets, so I want to do some analysis. I want to look at the chart, start at the daily, work our way down, mark out some patterns, talk about some things that are forming on the chart, give everybody a word of caution, and what we can expect. We are heading into a weekend, and typically weekends tend to be times where we get these random dumps and random pumps. It can be a little bit difficult if you're trying to trade these markets on the weekend. Now, personally, I do not trade on Saturday. Sometimes I will trade on Sunday, but usually Sunday is a day I spend with my family. So let's talk about the most blatant thing that is forming on this chart right now, guys. We have this bearish divergence. I know a lot of people have been seeing this, talking about this in the Discord, but we can just draw a nice line right here, seeing that Market Cipher B is ticking down consistently, and the price is ticking up consistently. And this is a very bearish sign. Whenever price is going up and market momentum is going down, that usually means we're going to get some type of correction. Now, how big of a correction are we going to get? That is something that obviously we cannot really know. We can look at the chart and we can kind of try and make some estimates. That's what I am going to try and do today. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that, well, let me remove this bearish divergence here because it doesn't really work on the daily, but we can see if we zoom in onto Market Cipher B here on the daily, we still have some good separation between these two waves right here, the light blue and the dark blue. There's still some good separation, so okay, it doesn't look that horrible, right? But it doesn't look like it looked over here before this big old dump, right? But at the same time, if we take a look at our WAP, right, the VWAP, it's not looking too strong right now. That VWAP is pointing down, right? So if things continue on like this, we might perhaps, this VWAP gets closer and closer to the zero line. Remember, it's on the daily chart, so it'll take some time for that to happen. But, we might end up seeing some kind of correction here. Now, some things to keep in mind, guys. Number one, last night when we started to dump a little bit, right, we came down and we bounced off this daily. This is a daily support level right here. In fact, let me put a D in here so that we know as we're watching this. This is a daily support level right here, which is a very strong support, and it's nice to see that we got to bounce off of this. So what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day as I monitor the charts is I'm going to be watching to see what happens at this daily support level. So this is a daily support because it was resistance back here on February 19th. It was support on February 20th. It was support again on February 21st. So we have, and then it was support yesterday as well. It was resistance on March 10th, support on the 11th, and it's acting as support again today, which is the 12th. So we have, 5 days of price action on this key daily support level. If we break this daily support, that means we're going to be coming back down, and then these blue lines here are 4-hour supports, meaning I drew these on the 4-hour time frame, and then our next daily level after the one up here at 55.8 is actually right around 51.697. So if you entered a long at 52K Forex, keep an eye on this support right here, I would say. Of course, not financial advice, but if I was in that position and I longed, because I longed from 52 as well. I'm currently in a long from 52. And I've been taking profits up along the way, and I've been adding more to my position as we go up. But these markets have been very strange, and honestly, the opportunity to add and take profit has been very small. And so I'm watching this daily support. If we break this daily support, I might close most of my position, because the thing is, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, and this might be my emotions here, guys, coming into play. But I believe that Bitcoin is going to hit a new all-time high soon. We just might have a little correction before that happens. So I'm going to get more into that later. But let's get into the chat here. What's going on, everybody? Please FOMO into the like button, y'all. Please FOMO in so that more people can hear this stuff. Bird Gunther, the manipulation is killing my Ferrari fund going up. Yes, my Ferrari fund has turned into my Razor scooter fund. Where did I post the Discord trade yesterday? Sebastian wants to know. I posted it in the Discord. In fact, let me just share this link right here and put it in the Discord. Let me just come in here and man, my Discord is frozen. So I won't do that. Won't do that because my Discord is frozen. But yeah, guys. So MASA is waiting for 52K or less. Guys, if you emailed me about the course and I have not responded, I will respond to you. I will respond to you. I'm one guy doing all this, so it'll take me some time, but I promise you I will respond. Okay? I do not have a Twitter, and I should probably get that. But guys, please hit that like button. FOMO in. Let's get into this. So, as I was saying, Bitcoin, we have a massive bearish divergence that is forming on the chart, which is an extremely bearish sign. Whenever we have price coming up like this, and at the same time we see Market Cipher B in a clear downtick like this, it's a very bearish sign. It means that we are going to get some kind of drop or pullback. And where is that drop or pullback going to take us? Well, I don't know. Now, nothing's guaranteed, right? We might just blast through this, and that would nullify our bearish divergence, right? If we print a green dot somewhere down here on Market Cipher B, and then we come up and our next wave comes up here, and that's where we form our next red dot, that would nullify our bearish divergence. However, we have 1, 2, 3 confirmed waves down ticking on Market Cipher B showing us this bearish divergence. Price has been constantly coming up. Now, what worries me the most about this, guys, is that we were unable to break through our all-time high. We were getting so close to that yesterday. We were unable to break through the all-time high. And a lot of people have been watching this pattern that's forming on the chart. So let me go down to the 1 hour and zoom out of here. A lot of people have been watching this cup and handle formation that's been forming on the 1 hour chart. Now, if anybody's unfamiliar with what a cup and handle is, a cup and handle is a tradable pattern where you have a handle like this, and then you have a cup. that comes down and comes up like this, okay? And usually you have another handle, okay? You have another handle, and then the pattern breaks out like this, okay? A lot of people have been watching this pattern, myself included, and the way you set your take profit levels for these cup and handles is you simply just take from the bottom of the cup to the top of the cup, and then you just extend this line upward from the top of the cup, and that would be your take profit level, right around 71K, give or take, okay? So what very well might happen here, guys, is we might have a pullback down to right around 52,000, where we originally entered this long, where I originally entered this long. And then we would have a nice bounce off of this daily level and come back up and hit a new all-time high. Now, I really, really like this idea. I really like it because we have a lot of confluence here, a lot of confluence. When I say confluence, I mean we have a lot of things pointing in this direction. Now, first of all, we know that the overall sentiment of Bitcoin is bullish, right? We know there's a lot of institutional investing going on in Bitcoin. We know there's a lot there's a lot of retail investing going on in Bitcoin too right now. A lot of people who have never heard of Bitcoin before. Like I have a friend who has to about Bitcoin multiple times in the past. They're like, yeah, I just never got into it. You know, I just don't understand it. You know, like fake money, not based on anything. This dude just put like a couple $100 into Bitcoin, right? So there's a lot of things going on financially around the world. Everybody's kind of bullish on Bitcoin. So I'm not too concerned that Bitcoin is going to crash anytime soon. We are in the middle of a bull market. But the fact that we're forming this clear bearish divergence on Market Cipher B, okay, I was in denial for a little bit, right? But clearly we are forming this bearish divergence. And so it just makes sense that we are going to see this nice little correction right here. And then this is where we will get our bounce off of this 51.6 kind of level. Now, that's a very significant level. As I was saying before, if I go back to the daily chart here, we got a nice little bounce last night while I was asleep. I was actually dreaming about clipping vegetables in the garden. It was a very pleasant dream. I was harvesting Swiss chard, and the leaves were so huge. And I was telling my wife, how did they get so big? I don't remember them being so big. And of course, I come downstairs to my aquaponic Swiss chard, and it's nowhere near that big. So it was a nice dream, though. We got this nice bounce off of this daily level right here. This orange line is our daily support. I'm keeping my eye on this support, guys. If we break this daily support, then it would not surprise me if we come down and hit this next daily level. A lot of times on the macro with Bitcoin, we will trade daily level to daily level. And if you've been taking the course, we actually just went over how to mark these levels to make sure that you're marking them correctly. So if you're interested in the course, join my Discord. There's a link in the description. Hit me up in a personal message. I will give you information about the course. It's a comprehensive trading course that will basically show you everything you need to know so that you can feel completely competent and confident when you are making trades. And you won't have to worry about what I'm doing. You won't have to worry about what CryptoFace is doing. You won't have to worry about what Carl from the Moon is doing. You will be confident in making your own trades, and you won't be a slave to anybody else. You won't have to be asking questions and constantly second-guessing yourself and being paranoid all the time. That course is for people who are new to trading. It will go over everything you need to know. Join my Discord or shoot me an email, and I will give you the information about that. So if we break this daily support, I will be exiting most of my position because I actually entered down here at the 52K level. I won't be exiting all of my position, okay? I will allow myself to be in some drawdown, but I've already taken a lot of profits out during the past few days, basically trading this thing up from the 52K level. You know, that's a really nice. I've been in a long since 52K. That's like a nice 10%. So I've already taken some profits out, and you know, this whole way up I've been adding more into my position at all the lows, and now if we break this daily support, I would expect us to come down to this support, and that would make our cup and handle pattern play out perfectly. And the thing about these patterns, guys, is, you know, we're using Market Cipher B to tell us, you know, what exactly we can expect to happen, right? If we didn't have Market Cipher B, we wouldn't know what was going to happen right now, because technically we could have already formed this cup and handle, right? We have our handle, we have our cup, and then we technically formed a handle right here. So some people might look at this and say, okay, this is our cup and handle. But Market Cipher B is giving us the bearish divergence, which makes me think and feel that momentum still has some down ways to go. Okay, are we going to come all the way back down to the 52K level? I don't know. I'm going to set a buy order down here just in case. This, we might come down to this 4-hour support right here at 54.6. We might come down to this 4-hour support here at 53.2, or we might come down to this daily support at 51.6. Now, keep an eye on Market Cipher B, guys. You know, I'm going to be watching all these levels. Depending on how Market Cipher is looking, I will be either accumulating or waiting when we hit these levels. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, is the 21 EMA, the moving average, which basically is telling us that we are still in an upward trend. Okay, this is this moving average right here. In fact, let me turn this one off. Let me put on Market Cipher A, because Market Cipher A gives us the nice moving average with a color. Now look at Market Cipher A. The 21 moving average is really right now directly on this 4-hour blue support line right here. Okay, something else to keep in mind. Okay, if we come down and we hit this 4-hour support and this 21 EMA, it's very possible that that could be our bounce. It might not be the bounce that breaks us out of the pattern, but it would definitely be a bounce, right? If we hit, this is how we find good entries to trades, guys. If we come down and we hit this support level at 54,706, and we hit this 21 exponential moving average at the same time, and Market Cipher B is giving us a bullish signal where we get like a green trigger wave and the VWAP crosses upward, you can expect to get a nice little bounce off of that. If you're looking to enter a nice little long position, maybe like a scalp trade, maybe not a swing trade, but a shorter term position, look for a bounce when price comes down and hits these key levels. The more things you can find that stack up in your favor, the better, right? Trading is all about finding elevating factors and stacking them together so that you can put the probabilities in your favor. And that's called finding confluence between indicators. If Market Cipher B is telling you it's time to go long, and at the same time we're bouncing and hitting a support and an exponential moving average, that is a great time to enter a little long. Even just support and resistance lines alone, guys, are great times to enter little longs. Like, look at this. Last night we were taking a dump. We had all the defecating factors that were working against those of us who were long. And we came down, we dumped defecation, and look at the bounce. Look at this bounce. We got a perfect bounce off this daily support level. Perfect bounce off this daily support level. So learn how to mark these levels out in the chart. And then when we get to these levels, great time to look for little trades. Great time to look for little trades. Now, currently, we are experiencing downward momentum on Market Cipher B. When we look at the 24-minute, guys, when we look at the 24-minute, it's not looking so great, okay? We have stopped printing red dots above the zero line, okay? We've stopped printing red dots above the zero line. This tends to be a very bearish sign on the 24-minute. It means we're heading down and we're going to start forming a bottom. Look at what happens on the 24-minute the last time we stopped printing any kind of trigger wave above the zero line. That means we are heading down, and we did form a bottom right here. So these are some things to keep in mind, guys, just to give an overview, a recap, I guess you could say. Well, I'll get into that in a second. Let's get into the chat here, guys. FOMO into the like button. We've got a lot of people viewing this and not very many likes. And you know, the Bitcoin chart is not looking that great, but you guys have seen this before when I show you the like button chart, and the like button chart is extremely bullish. As you can see, Market Cipher B is telling us that there is no bottom in sight. The top is not even in sight. Um, yeah, this is the like button chart, guys. We're blasting through every possible level of support and resistance. And if you don't hit that like button right now, we are going up to 3 million, and you are going to be sitting there. You're going to be one of the people, just like the people who are sitting here now, wishing they had invested in Bitcoin back when it was only $50, back when it was $100. So make sure to hit the like button. Man, I really like the like button chart. It really is just, man, it's nice. It's really nice. And our next key resistance level on the like button chart is, I think it's up here at 50, at 50, no, 500,000. Yeah. Our next resistance level is up here at 500,000, guys, for the like button. So make sure to FOMO in. Yeah, so let me look at the chat, and then for those who just got here, I'm going to give a recap of everything I just said, because I think this is important, guys. This is important. Be careful in these markets. I don't want anybody to get wrecked. Dimitris Samaris wants to know if I have any other book recommendations for trading. Yeah, check out the book called Turtle Traders. It's a really good book. Four-hour chart divergence, similar now on 312 compared to 221 and a weekend. Yes. Yeah, Ortiz is pointing out the fact that this bearish divergence is similar to the one we saw at the end of February, right before we had that large dump. I think this is a little bit different. Arthur wants to know how we set up the daily resistance on a chart. Do I have an ETH chart? I do have an ETH chart, Jake. I'll get into that in a little bit. What kind of short would I enter today, if at all, says Bjorn Brandt. If I were to enter a short at all today, I would enter a short if we break below the daily support. So let me zoom in here to the daily support. Guys, this orange line here is the daily support, and we're getting a nice bounce off of it right now. Okay, why are we getting that bounce? We're getting that bounce because we came down to our daily support level. That will cause us to get a bounce. If we come back down and we break through this daily support level, guys, I would enter a short position, if at all. And my first take profit would be this 4-hour support right here at 54,649. My second take profit would be this next 4-hour support at 53,261. And finally, I would want to short down to this other daily at 51,642. Are we going to get there? I don't know, guys, but I'm going to do a little recap of why I think it's probable that we will get to that daily support. Mostly it's because of the cup and handle that everybody has been watching, right? We have the handle right here. We have the cup right here. We've come back up to the top of this cup. And if we're going to get a handle that's the same size as our first handle, we would come down to this daily support. And there's a lot of confluence here, because, you know, trading daily level to daily level is something that Bitcoin does quite often. Bitcoin really does trade daily to daily, and honestly, we're on the daily chart right now. This yellow support right here is actually a weekly level, but we could also consider it a daily level, because if we were to turn this yellow line orange, we can see that on the daily chart this was resistance, support, 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 support. It was support for like almost 6 or 7 days. And so really, this entire time, since we had the Elon Musk buying Bitcoin fiasco rocket ship to the SpaceX Mars rover, right? Since we had that, we have literally been trading between these three daily levels. We've been trading between 55,261, 51,533, and 55,777. And these 3 daily levels have been like the 3 floors of the house for this entire time. We've been trading on the macro scale within that range of these 3 key daily levels. So if we break this daily level here and we come down below that support, that would be a good time to enter a short, as long as Market Cipher is giving you confidence. And this is very key, guys. This is very key. If we come down to this 4-hour chart here, like, here's the thing, guys. If you see that we're breaking through this orange daily support, and at the same time we're breaking through the 21 EMA, and at the same time, let's say that Market Cipher B, like, prints it looks like there's a long ways to go before we print another green dot. So if Market Cipher B is still telling us we have some downward momentum, that would be a good time to enter a small short, as long as you are being careful, okay? As long as you guys are being careful. Now, here's the thing. Make sure when you're shorting like this in a bull market that you're not just using the 4-hour and the 24-minute. Go down into the 3-hour, right? Come down into the 2-hour even, because these smaller time frames will give us a little preview of what is happening on the 4-hour time frame. Because we're able to see things in more detail on these smaller time frames, we will see, the waves starting to cross back up. We will see upward momentum starting to come back in sooner on the 2-hour time frame, letting us know, okay, maybe it's not the best time to enter a short, because I can see on the 2-hour time frame momentum is starting to come back up, and you can see on the 3-hour time frame momentum is starting to come back up. Be careful. You don't want to end up with your shorts around your ankles, like I always say, because people go and laugh at you. People go and laugh at you in your undies, and hopefully your undies stay up, okay? There's a possibility your pants and underwear could come down, right? When I was a kid, when I was in middle school, we went through this weird phase where we would pants each other, okay? And most of the time, in gym, you would pants somebody and it would be their gym shorts that came down. Once in a blue moon, okay? If somebody was not wearing boxer briefs and they were just wearing regular baggy old boxers, man, that kid would get pantsed in front of the whole class, in front of all the girls, in front of all the guys. Not fun for that person. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. So you don't want that to happen to you. Not in this market. Okay, so make sure you have your confluence. Make sure you have your confluence. So Arthur wants to know how we draw these lines on the Bitcoin chart. And guys, if you've been in the course, we just literally went over this recently. So, man, this is so unprofessional, right? I'm like pulling up my desktop. There's random FedEx logos everywhere. Let me open up the course here, get to the outline. This is what we've been going over lately. We've been talking about market structure, support and resistance, how to draw support and resistance, how to identify trends on multiple time frames. And yesterday we focused on top-down analysis, which basically means we're looking at how to draw our support and resistance lines, starting from the weekly and daily and working our way down and using those lines in conjunction with moving averages, in conjunction with Market Cipher, in order to make trades. And if you're interested in this course, guys, I will drop the link. I'll drop the link of my Discord into the chat right here. And you guys can join my Discord. Hit me up in there. And I will give you details for the course. And also, guys, if you don't have Market Cipher and you want to get Market Cipher, you can get a 10% discount if you use my affiliate link. Not only will you get a discount, but I will get a commission, which would really help support the channel. So let's talk about top-down analysis. And guys, 427 viewers and only 200 likes. Come on, guys, FOMO into the like button. You saw the chart. It's going parabolic, and there is no hope. There is no hope for a pullback. So if you don't like this video now, you're going to be sitting on the sideline wishing you had invested in Jason Casper's like button back in 2021, okay? So, Cardano. Let's talk about top-down analysis real quick here, guys, because I think it's important for people to know in these markets. Let me get to a different chart here. Oh, well, let me make sure I save this chart right here first. So top-down analysis, guys, is essentially, and I'm just going to go through this very quickly for y'all, but top-down analysis is where you draw support and resistance lines starting on a high time frame and you work your way down to a lower time frame. The higher time frames are more significant than the lower time frames. And what I mean by that is if you're drawing a support or a resistance line on a weekly time frame, it is much more significant than a support and a resistance line on a lower time frame. And the reason for that is because there's more price action on the larger time frames than there is on the smaller time frames. So I'm going to go over this real quick. I'm not going to spend that much detail on it because I do go over this in the course, but this will give people who are new a foundation, and you can actually go and do more research on this on your own. But basically what you would do is, wow, this chart is pretty old. I haven't been working on this chart since before we had the Elon Musk breakout. Basically, you're going to open up a chart, start in the higher time frames. You're going to look to the left. I recommend starting on the weekly or daily time frame. You're always going to look to the left, and you're going to find places where price has historically found a sticking point. You want to go to far left as possible, like right here. I see this area where candles have opened and closed on the daily time frame. You're going to put a level here. Notice how this level on the left now gets respected as support on the right. Okay. Again, you're going to look to the left. You're going to see if you find any kind of level where price has found a sticking point, and you are going to put your lines there. Now, if you guys don't know what support and resistance is, support is the floor. It's the area where price has a very hard time breaking below. Resistance is the ceiling. It's the place where price has a very hard time breaking above. And the way we find these things out is we're looking for places where price historically has found a sticking point. This is the daily time frame. So this line right here, it was the ceiling for 1-2 days in a row. Then it got switched into the floor for 1-2 days in a row. It was the floor again. It was the floor again. A few weeks later, it was the floor again. A few weeks later. So this is our daily support. This is our daily, well, another support. Support and resistance, guys, they're interchangeable. If price is below a line, that line is a resistance. If price comes above that line, that resistance now becomes a support. And you can see all the price action that was happening right here, where we had for 5 days in a row, this was acting as either the floor or the ceiling. Then again right here, this was acting as the floor. Again right here, this was acting as a ceiling for a whole week, and then the floor again. So we're marking out these key levels, and we're going to do this all the way up our chart, right? We're going to find all the way up our chart until we end up with something like what I have on the chart that I was showing you guys over here. And after we do our weekly and daily levels, we're going to keep zooming in, marking them on lower and lower time frames. And that's how we're going to end up with all these levels that I have on my chart here, right? And you're always going to make sure that you are marking them so that you know that the yellow ones are the weekly, the orange ones are the daily, the blue ones are the 4-hour, and the purple ones are the 24-minute. And the higher the time frame, the more significant that support is going to be. And here's a great example of that. Let's look at our little defecation from last night. We had these 24-minute supports, and you can see we did get little bounces off of these supports, right? We wicked down, but we came and got a nice little bounce off this purple support. Same here. We wicked down and got a nice little bounce off this purple support right here. But it wasn't until we hit this daily level that we got this really nice big bounce, right? We got little bounces off the 24-minute supports. This daily level, we got a really nice 2.3% bounce. So that's what I mean by saying the higher the time frame, the more significant that support and resistance level is. And if you guys learn how to do support and resistance, again, for a more comprehensive explanation of this, hit me up about the course. But if you learn how to do support and resistance and learn how to combine that with Market Cipher, you're golden. You're going to be golden. And again, if anybody is looking to short, the next good opportunity I would say to short is if we break through this daily support level, because this has been support for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this would be our 7th. Oh wait, this is the 4-hour time frame. I'm sorry, guys, but this has been our support since March 10th. So it's been our support for 2 days. So if we break below this, it would be a great opportunity to short, just like how when we broke below it here, We could have shorted it down to this 4-hour support level. And, you know, Market Cipher B was telling us when we broke through this support level, we had a downward momentum. And so, yeah, we could have come down here. If we break this support level, I would think about entering a short depending on Market Cipher. And, you know, a great take profit area on the 4-hour time frame would be right here to this 4-hour support at 54,637 because we have confluence between our 21 EMA and that support level. So, enough of this. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum, guys. Ethereum, I don't have as many levels marked out on Ethereum. But, man, Ethereum has been a little bit frustrating, has it not, guys? Has it not been a little bit frustrating? And unfortunately, Ethereum, how do you even say this coin, man? I don't know, you know. Yep, I'm new into crypto. My friend told me about it, so I got myself some Bitcoin, and I got myself one of them other coins. What's it called? It was called something, Ethereum, I think. Yep, and I got some Cardano. So Ethereum tends to basically kind of mirror Bitcoin. Not always, but man, Ethereum's been frustrating, has it not, guys? Has it not? I've been long on Ethereum since like down here at this bottom. So I am really not concerned. My Ethereum trades, I do not monitor as much as I do my Bitcoin trades, to be totally honest with you guys. You guys can probably tell by the way I talk about Bitcoin so much. I just kind of hold my Ethereum trades 1x leverage, and I just hold them, and I'm waiting for Ethereum to get to $2,500. But it seems that we are getting stuck at this daily support. We have been stuck at this daily support for a number of days. Okay, that's why I have this daily support marked off. This is an extremely strong support, guys. The reason it's such a strong support is because it was resistance back in February, the beginning of February, okay? And then after it was a strong resistance, it was a strong support, and then it became a resistance again, and then it became a support again, and then it became a resistance again, and then it became a support again, and then it became a resistance and a support again, and then it became a resistance again, and now it's a strong support. This is an extremely strong support level, guys. If we break below this support on a daily time frame, it would not surprise me at all if we came down and bounced off this 21 EMA. I'm hoping we don't break this support, guys. I'm hoping that we do not break this support because it's so strong. It's such a significant level. But I am bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Remember, we are coming up to a weekend, and weekends are surprise dumps, sometimes even surprise pumps. A lot of people take the weekends off. As you guys know, I do not trade on the Sabbath day, and a lot of times on Sunday, I do not trade either. But weird things happen on the weekend. So let's hope we can hold this support. We've been holding it strong on the daily for the past 4 days, okay? We tried to work through it yesterday. Let's hope we can hold this support. But again, short term, things might, we might expect a bounce off of this EMA. But man, guys, Ethereum is just not looking so happy right now. Ethereum is not looking so happy. If we come down and close below this this daily level, I mean, clearly, that would be like an anchor wave and a trigger wave here on Market Cipher B, as well as let's take a look at the price. I mean, I would not necessarily call this a bearish divergence. Okay, I would just call this a regular downward movement here, where Market Cipher B it's not a divergence. Market Cipher B is mirroring what's happening to Ethereum, because price was up here at that first red dot, and then price came down to here for the second red dot. This was a bearish divergence. A bearish divergence, guys, is where Market Cipher B is ticking downward while price is ticking upward. So right here, you guys see how price was coming upward, yet at the same time, Market Cipher B was ticking downwards. That's a bearish divergence, and that played out pretty perfectly. We're kind of seeing that happening right now on the Bitcoin chart, right, guys? But this time it's not a divergence. Market Cipher B and the price are moving together. So that is kind of a good sign, right? So let's see what happens after this weekend, guys. Let's see what happens for Athenaeum, Ether, Urethra. Okay. Does anyone have any questions before we before I wow, okay. Wow. Did CryptoFace really just give me a $100? Oh, thank you, CryptoFace. Okay. Man, CryptoFace, you're the man. So, guys, CryptoFace, you probably saw this in the chat before I did, but today's the last day for the 10% off coupon code on Market Cipher. So if you don't have Market Cipher and you're trying to get the 10%, okay, today is the last day. Shout out to CryptoFace for the super chat. Today's the last day, guys. So I'm telling you, I did not pay 10% off for my Market Cipher, and it has paid for itself many times over. In fact, in one trade, depending on how much capital you have, you could easily pay off Market Cipher in one trade. Yeah, so. Yeah, okay. Do we have any questions up in her? What stop loss would you have now? 40K? Rich Watson wants to know. Yes, my stop loss is, so yeah, I've been a little sloppy with my stop loss these days, guys. I still have it basically down, right, currently, no, not 40K. My stop loss for the long I entered at 52 has been consistently under the, this EMA, this 21 EMA right here, because I know if we come below this 21 EMA, my upward trend is basically invalidated. So really, guys, man, we're breaking through this daily support right now, y'all. We're breaking through the daily support. My expectation is that we're going to come back down to the 52K level, okay? And this is my expectation, guys. Obviously, I can't tell the future, but because we have so much downward momentum, Market Cipher B really needs to cool off, guys. We've been so hot for so long. The cup and handle's playing out, right? The rooster is crowing. All the symbology is there, okay? Good morning, Tim Dunn. So Bexa Beats wants to know what's going on with Bitcoin. When do you think the bottom will come in? Money flow is dying off. Rewatch this stream. Rewatch the stream, y'all. Rewatch the stream because I tell you my opinion on these things. CryptoFace is saying stuff in here. Man, what a cool thing. I feel like I'm a celebrity. CryptoFace is in my live chat. That's legit, man. That is pretty legit. Okay. Tim Dunn, is there a quick and dirty way to calculate liquidation price for a leverage trade? Tim Dunn, if you just go into Bybit and you set up an order and click buy or sell, okay, a little window will pop up and tell you your estimated liquidation price. That's the quickest way to do it. You don't have to know any math. You don't have to know any science. You don't have to know any English language arts or anything like that. Any other questions, y'all? And then I'm going to have to dip out of her. But guys, FOMO into the like button. FOMO in. Do I have to show you guys the like button chart again? Oh, man. Let's check it out. The like button. Look at this, guys. Market Cipher B on the like button is telling us that we are nowhere near the top. Okay, we have so much upward potential. Clearly, we're about to break out of a key resistance, and our next level of resistance is not until almost 500,000. Okay, so I'm telling you, you guys, FOMO into the like button. You are going to miss out. It's gonna go from where it is now to 500,000 within the next 2 days. So if you think you're gonna take the weekend off and then come back and like the video, I wouldn't count on it. I would not count on it. Yeah, guys. So just to just to recap before I head out of here, in case anyone just got here, as far as Bitcoin goes, what I'm currently looking at is the bearish divergence that's printing on the 4-hour, okay? This is where the price has consistently gone up from here to here. And Market Cipher B has been showing us that momentum is coming down from here to here. Very clear. I mean, it couldn't be more clear than this. And also, we have a cup and handle pattern that has been forming from this key daily level right here all the way up here, and then we came down and drew the little cup, and we came back up to the top of the cup, and now it looks like we're forming the handle of this cup and handle, and it would not surprise me if we come down to this daily level, because the reason is, guys, if we break below this daily level right here, our next daily level is down here at like 51,642. And honestly, there's so much confluence here, guys. There is so much confluence that this cup and handle pattern will break out, because daily levels are very, very significant areas of support and resistance, right? When we get to those daily levels, we can always expect some kind of reaction. We had a nice little bounce off this daily level last night where we had a 3% bounce off this daily level. Now, this next daily level right here, of course, we could stop at this first 4-hour support level, and it would bounce not only off the 4-hour support but also the 21 EMA on Market Cipher A. Then our next level would be right here, this next 4-hour support. But really, if we come down to this daily support, not only would it make the cup and handle pattern perfectly, but also, guys, this would be the retest of the breakout, right? We broke out of this daily resistance level after it being resistance since February 24th. This has been resistance. It was resistance here, it was resistance here, it was resistance here, it was resistance here. Now we finally broke out of this resistance. The cup and handle would come down and retest that support, and then we could get our breakout of this cup and handle pattern where we get up to 70K. That would give Market Cipher B plenty of time to cool off. Plenty of time to cool off. And guys, how sweet and juicy would it be? Okay, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but how juicy and delicious, right? Like a slice of fresh watermelon, fresh from the garden, on an August day that you took and you put it in a cooler filled with ice for like 6 hours. Then you break this thing open after you're thirsty. You're really thirsty. You've been out all day. You've been working out in the garden. You've been digging. You've been hoeing. You've been hauling wood chips around the yard in a wheelbarrow. You're thirsty. You break open this watermelon, and you just take a nice bite. So good. So good. So good. That's what it would be like if Market Cipher B came down and printed a nice little tight trigger wave right here, you know, after the money flow has freshly crossed over from red into green, and we get that nice tight trigger wave right here. That's what that would be like. And if that happened at the same time as a bounce off of this daily and this cup and handle pattern, man, that would be nice. That all this imagery, guys, it makes me want to just sit outside in the grass, watch the clouds go by, eat some watermelon, and trade some Bitcoin. So that's what I'm waiting for, y'all, as far as the Bitcoins go. I hope you guys are all going to grow Bitcoin in your backyard. I am. Bitcoin is a great crop to grow. It's easy to grow, pest resistant, and feeds the family for sure. So let's get back into the chit chat. I'm going to remove all these lines here. I'm going to remove them. Guys, another thing to keep in mind, y'all, if we're going to look at Market Cipher A, which, by the way, historically, if you guys have been following this channel, you know that I don't really use Market Cipher A besides for the red diamonds as well as the EMA ribbon. However, I've been noticing, and I know that I know that these yellow clusters of diamonds signify a continuation of uptrend. And historically, I was like, that ain't true. There's just noise. They're just noise. That's kind of how I felt. But lately, guys, I've been really looking at these diamonds, and I feel like it's extremely clear now, especially on the higher time frames. Not on the lower time frames, but on the higher time frames, these yellow diamonds do really signify a continuation of a trend. look, every time we get this area of consolidation and we get these clusters of yellow diamonds, we get another little run up. Cluster, run up, cluster, run up. Cluster, well, we got a red diamond, which kind of nullifies that, right? So we're not getting any more yellow diamonds here. We got a red diamond, and we're breaking through a daily. All signals are saying we're gonna defecate for a little bit. All right, y'all. Let's see here. Can you add to your position and change your liquidation price? If you add to your position and your leverage changes, then that would change your liquidation price. If you put money into your account and add to your position, I mean, it depends on what you're doing there. Depends on what you're doing. Let's see. Entry point 1 to 2 days. TY, when it comes to entries, all we can do as people who are privileged to be able to trade with Market Cipher, all we can really do is look at Market Cipher and say when is the good time to enter. Obviously, ideally, we would have that juicy watermelon down here at the daily, right? That's ideal. But as you guys know, all week in the Discord, all the trades that we've been entering in the Discord, I say, guys, this is the ideal situation that I want to happen. And then when we actually enter the trade, I say, guys, this is not the ideal situation in which we should be entering, but still I'm going to enter. And, thankfully, all the trades that we have made this week in the Discord ended up being in profit, Some were a little shaky. Like yesterday, I missed the trade that CryptoFace did, right? I was actually working out. I was doing squats and deadlifts during the time that CryptoFace was trading. I saw him go live. I even watched the video for a little bit, but I don't like to stop my workout to enter a trade, y'all. And also, my confirmations had not been met, and I'm not the type to just FOMO into a trade because CryptoFace has gone into a trade. And I'll tell you what, I've been there, and I might do that again, FOMO in because of CryptoFace, right? I mean, honestly, guys, if CryptoFace is in a trade and he just entered, right, and we're a couple dollars above his entry, I think that's a pretty good confirmation. But this is not financial advice, as you guys know. If you listen to anything I say, you will lose your friends, you will lose your family, you will lose your car and your house, and you'll get a paper cut. You'll stub your toe on the dresser because you went in there in the middle of the night because you had to get something for your daughter and she left her toy on the floor and it hurts and now you're trying not to scream and wake up the whole house. You don't want to do that, so don't listen to anything I say. Enough of that. I forget what I was even talking about now. The bottom. We have to watch Market Cipher, guys. And watch Market Cipher and these levels of support, right? If we come down here to the 4-hour and the 21 EMA and Market Cipher says, go long, then, that could be a bottom, right? If we come down to this second level of support and Market Cipher says, go long, because Market Cipher uses different voices for different support levels. So this one, it would say, go long. This one, he would say, go long. Then down here at the juicy daily watermelon level, this is the one I'm hoping for. So we just got to watch. We got to watch. That's the thing. That's the thing about trading, guys. You just got to watch. And honestly, I'm probably going to set a buy order down here at this daily. I will set a buy order down here at this daily. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to do that. So I can't tell you how many times I set buy orders down at low levels of support, and they get hit. Then I wake up the next day, I'm like in massive amounts of profit. Massive amounts. In fact, I made my best trades by just placing buy orders down here at low levels of support. Wake up, boom, I'm like, in profit. So we'll see what happens, guys. We will see what happens. We shall see. Yes, the juicy daily watermelon level. The watermelon level. That's what we're all trying to get to, guys. We want that watermelon level, for sure. Shout out to everybody who has FOMO'd into the like button. I appreciate you guys. May God bless you guys. May God bless you guys. Our crypto journey is going to get some watermelon. Yes. Yes. Watermelon is so good. The other day, I was at the grocery store with my wife. It's a very rare thing that we go to the store. Extremely rare, okay? And we saw watermelon. We're like, no way, watermelon. It was organic watermelon. And we're like, this is awesome, right? We haven't had watermelon in months. I remember the last time we had watermelon, it was the last one from our garden, and it was a very sad day. And so we bought that watermelon. It looked amazing. We took it home. We took a bite. Gross. This thing was hard. It looked really good. It was hard, and it was flavorless. And so we gave it to the chickens. We gave it to the chickens, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think it's because, guys, the more I think about the anatomy of a chicken's beak, do they even have taste buds? Do they have taste buds? I don't know. I don't know, so maybe they didn't taste it. Okay, let's see. Does anyone have any more questions? And if not, I guess I should get going because it's a Friday. I got a lot of stuff to do. Tupodge123 says watermelon is actually related to the cucumber. Yeah, you know, melons and cucumbers look very similar as they grow as well. The vines look very similar. The flowers look very similar. And when you cut them open, like cut open a cucumber after it's like gone to seed, right? And cut open a cantaloupe, and those seeds look pretty much the same. They look pretty much the same. So, we know W wants to know if I am in a short trade right now. I am currently not in a short trade, guys. And honestly, full disclosure here, I do not really plan to short. I have a lot of stuff to do today. And like I said, you know, I don't want to get pants and underwear by going into a short and ending up, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, if I were to short, this is what I would do. If we break this daily level, which we're flirting with right now, I would, if you are going to short, I would make sure to have confluence with Market Cipher, okay? And don't just look at the 4 hour, drill down to the 3, drill down to the 2. Because here's the thing, guys. You got to be really careful. Make sure that when we're breaking this support level, we're not getting upward momentum. Like on the 2 hour, we're curving down under the 0 line, okay? Just be careful. Like zoom down into your time frames to see what's happening. It looks like we're getting close to forming a bottom on the 1 hour. The 24 minute, right? It looks like we still have a long ways to go, actually. But be careful. Be careful. And if we break that daily support, it looks like right now in the 24 minute, we're retesting that daily support, right? And we're getting a little rejection off of here. But I would short from this level that we're at right now, and then my first take profit would be right here at 54,656. My second take profit would be 53,289. My third take profit would be at the watermelon level, 51,663. I do not plan to short this, guys. I'm not saying it's a bad idea to short. I'm just saying I have been in a long for multiple days. I have taken a lot of profit out, and I just kind of want to relax on the weekend because the thing is, I got a lot of work to do today with my other business. I have to go to the bank because I have to do something. You know what I have to do is I have to create a PayPal account. I have to create a PayPal account. In order to do that, I need to open up a bank account. But yes, let's see here. So that's the whole short deal. What's my default time span when drawing fibs? You know, typically I like to do something lower than the 4 hour, maybe the 1 hour, because it gives you more detail. On the 4 hour, if you're doing it, make sure to go wick to wick and not body to body, because remember on the 4 hour there are a lot of wicks that are actually one hour candle bodies. Guys, yeah, Crazy Cool says, remember the daily is in an uptrend. Yes, you are right, Crazy Cool. The daily is in an uptrend, and this is very important to keep in mind, guys. So even if this dump plays out, we still have some good separation between the light blue gray wave and this dark blue wave here. It's not like Athenium over here, where, oof, speechless, guys. Speechless. Ethereum breaking down below this key daily. I mean, this is the watermelon of Ethereum, guys. If we break through this, man, let's hope we don't break through this 21 EMA. But man, Athenium, that is not good. This is making me say, man, should I get out of the long that I've been in since way too low? I don't know. I'm not going to get out of the long, guys. I'm not. I'm gonna hold it out until we get to 25 hundo. That's what I'm gonna do. I already made my decision. I don't even open that Bybit account that has my Ethereum long in it. I don't open it because then I'm tempted to micromanage. I already told myself I'm going in. I'm going in, and I'm gonna stay in until 25K. And if I get liquidated, I get liquidated. My liquidation price is super low. I have 1x leverage in there, so I ain't concerned. All right, I ain't concerned at all. But man, Ethereum is not looking so good. But yeah, guys, Bitcoin, we still have that upward momentum on the daily. So as long as we don't form, a red dot here, I'd say that we're doing pretty good. That's it. We're doing pretty good. And yeah, just keep in mind, guys. Also, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see kind of a little bit of a pattern forming. Okay, I'm not saying it is a pattern. I'm saying it's kind of interesting to see that the last time on the daily time frame, right? Don't look into it too much. The last time we were right here, coming up right above the 60. Okay, that's where we are right now. That's where we is right now. We had this area of uncertainty, this area of FUD, right? Where it looked like we were going to start to form a red dot right here. It looked like it. And then what happened? Elon Musk decided to invest in Bitcoin. Yeah! We went to the moon, baby. So, obviously, I don't think that Elon Musk was solely responsible for the pump of Bitcoin. I think it was a lot of things that worked out together. And I think that we kind of would have ended up where we are right now, even without Elon Musk. Because you could just take a nice little line here and just draw it up and see that, we could have just kept going up slowly and would have ended up in the same place over time. And maybe we wouldn't have had this consolidation here like that. So keep in mind, we're in that same place right now where it looks like, we might be forming, starting to look like we're going to form a red diddly doot on the Market Cipher B. But who knows what's going to happen. Another interesting pattern to notice, guys, is we did have this little kind of cup formation here before we broke out, right? And that's exactly what we're starting to form up here as well. Okay? So let's see. We had, we didn't, I can't say that we really had a cup and handle, but you could possibly say that maybe this wick here was a handle. And before we broke out, this wick right here was a handle. And then we had Elon Musk launch us with SpaceX to the moon and to Mars and to Jupiter. And they actually went to Jupiter and they landed on Jupiter. And they came out of their spaceship and they took off their spacesuits and they died, guys. Because Jupiter is mostly gas, so they say. So they say, they don't know, they've never been to Jupiter. In fact, everything they tell you about these other planets is really just a guess. It's really just a guess. We have to remember that. There's a lot of things in this world we just don't know, and we're arrogant and we think we know. But yeah, they took off their spacesuits and the red spot just came out and it destroyed them. So be careful, guys. Be careful when you are trading these cup and handles with these giant pumps to the moon and SpaceX, because you don't want to take off your spacesuit on Jupiter. And if that's the only thing you get from this live stream, let that sink in. Yes, people have questions about Agora Algo. Is it worth getting? Guys, I'm going to have the creator of Agora Algo back on the channel to do an interview. In my opinion, it is a great supplementary indicator. It essentially does TA for you, okay? So it essentially does really fast TA for you on the spot, which makes it really easy to combine with Market Cipher to make quick trades, especially on those lower time frames. On the 5-minute, it's like drawing all these support and resistance lines for you. It's pointing out trend lines for you. It's giving you bullish and bearish signals, okay? Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. I have not been using it lately because I have not been trading on the lower time frame. I did that experiment back a few weeks ago when we got all the snow and I literally couldn't leave my house. I was trading on the lower time frames trying to figure out a scalping strategy with Market Cipher, and I ended up using Agora to help me with that. But yeah, Good call to not look at ETH, says Tim Dunn. I think of it like having an ugly baby that grows up into a prom queen. Yeah, you're right, Tim Dunn. You're right. You're right. Dirty before N4N4 says BTC going down, baby. Let's hope we get to that juicy watermelon daily. Can I look at ETH on a 6-minute? Can I look at ETH? Yeah, you know what? Let me look at ETH on a 6-minute, guys. Let me look at ETH on a 6-minute. Why not, right? Look at ETH on the 6-minute, guys. Yeah, so ETH on the 6-minute has had lots of bottoms as of late, right? We got 4 in the past few hours, right, since last night. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know why you want me to look at ETH on the 6-minute, but something we need to keep in mind, guys, when we are using Market Cipher, okay? Oh, are you pointing out the yellow X here? The market manipulation sign? That's interesting. You know, when we are looking at Market Cipher on these lower time frames, the lower time frames are, in my humble opinion, are pretty much irrelevant if the higher time frames are not giving us trend confluence. Okay, so it looks like on the 6-hour we're primed for a nice run up, right? But we need to keep in mind that the daily, the king of all time frames, is telling us we're entering a red diddly doot. Okay. And when we diddly doot on the daily, okay, you can't just diddly doot on the daily and think that the 6-minute is going to come in like an eagle and swoop down and pick you up and bring you back to the moon. It doesn't work that way, guys. Eagles can't breathe in outer space, okay? So that eagle is not going to get you to the moon. It's not. So just be wary, guys. I know it's easy for people, especially who are new to Market Cipher, to just come in here and start looking at dots and stuff and going long and short, but like I always say, we need to look at Market Cipher on the larger time frames. We need to draw on this thing. We need to look at it as an entire entity. What is happening with the market? You know, take a pen and draw on Market Cipher. Take note of what's happening with Market Cipher. What's happening? What can we see happening with it right now, right? Honestly, it's kind of looking like not the best. It's looking like not the best. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Like, honestly, whenever we start to see on these larger time frames Market Cipher stop printing anything, whether it be red or green dots above the 0 line, that means things are going down, down, down. Whenever we see Market Cipher not printing things below the 0 line, that means things are going up. Now, obviously, we have to take this generally, right? We can't say that Market Cipher can't ever print below the 0 line. That's how we know we're in an uptrend. But when we're in a strong uptrend, you can clearly see that most of the printing of red and green dots are above the 0 line. When we're in a downtrend, most of the printing of red and green dots are below the 0 line. And this is the environment that we need to know and understand before we start looking at those smaller time frames. We need to get the general movement of the market on these higher time frames. I like the 4-hour. I like the 4-hour. I like the 6-hour. I like the daily, okay? Those are going to help us know what's going on. And then when we zoom in, right? Because remember, we're looking at the same thing from a different resolution. So when we zoom in to those more detailed resolutions, then we can kind of know, okay, even though at this close-up it looks like this, I know because I looked at the larger time frames, really, this is what's happening, and this is just a tiny little microcosm of what's happening. So I'm not going to take it too seriously. It's all about finding confluence, y'all. Confluence. Confluence. I like that word. Confluence. Confluence. Yes. He bangs the drums at 1. It's done. Actually going to 0 now. Yes, guys, Bitcoin to 0 for sure. Bitcoin to 0 for sure. Yeah, so great time to short, right? Short it all the way down to 0. And short it inverse perpetual on Bybit so that you can short Bitcoin to 0 and you'll have tons of Bitcoin worth nothing. That would be awesome. Super Googly says, thank you for the super chat. Shout out. If I'm on Forex and intend to hold for a month, where should I look to stop? You know, I always look to stop when I get. You know what's funny? The last time I was in a long for a month, not on Forex, um, I was in a long from I think January 31st all the way up until February 21st, and I I got out when I saw this bearish divergence forming. But actually, I'm sorry, I didn't get out, guys. I saw the divergence and I was in denial, and I got wicked out because I was keeping my stop loss tight. So it's so hard to say super googly, because if we really are going to come down and test the watermelon daily, that would have gotten me wicked out, okay? And currently the long that I'm in right now, I do have my stop loss. I don't know if I was diligent enough to keep moving it up. I think it's probably somewhere around um, this 4 hour right here at like 53 currently. That's where I think I moved it to. So there's a good chance I could get wicked out. And like I said, I've taken the majority of my position out here. To be safe, man, if I was in your position, I hate doing this because I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I can only say if I was in your exact position, you're in massive profit right now. Take out a lot of your position. That's what I would do. I would take out my profits and kind of just like wait and see what happens. That's what I would do. I would wait and see what happens. This is just me, my opinion, which is not advice. And then I would look for another good entry. And just because right now things are uncertain, we're heading into a weekend, we have a massive bearish divergence. The watermelon support is below your entry. You know, the wise thing in my mind to do is to take your money and relax for the weekend, and then come back and see if you can find another good entry. Because if we come down to the watermelon daily and launch off, you know, you could still re-enter there, and you have all the profit you made from since 52K, and then we're off to the races again. So that's just my opinion. You know, you obviously can do whatever you want to do, but we have broken this daily support currently on a 4 hour candle. So, guys, this is if you're in a long right now, this daily support, in my opinion, is this is the time where, yeah, you should close your position. If you're in profit, I would close. I would close. Unless you're like have a really small position and very low leverage, and you just don't care, and you're just gonna wait until we come down and then add to your position somewhere else. But you know, that's all personal preference. All right. Let's see if we have any more questions. Jawfield bearish divergence on the daily. Yeah, Jawfield, it has not confirmed on the daily yet. So we've got it confirmed on the 4 hour, but if we go to the daily, right, it's not confirmed because this has not confirmed yet. We don't have a red diddly doot in the daily, right? We need the diddly doot in the daily before this is a confirmed bearish divergence. Okay, remember what happened back here, right? It looked like we were going to close and print a red diddly doot in the daily back here, but we didn't. We kept on going. And that diddly doot didn't show up until we were way above that 60 line. So if this cup and handle plays out, guys, it's very possible that we come down to this daily and we might print a red dot. We might not. But keep in mind, if we do, it's very possible that we might have something like this happen where we have a nice red dot and a green dot right next to each other, because you know, this cup and handle will play out very well. We will probably, if we come down to this daily level, the 21 EMA will probably come up and meet us there. And we will probably be showing very strong signs on Market Cipher B on the 4 hour. And in my opinion, this is where we can expect our nice launch. Our nice lunch, okay? It's going to be a nice picnic lunch. Yes. Lots of watermelon. A profile doesn't know what a diddly doot is. Okay, a diddly doot, guys, for those who are new to technical analysis, a diddly doot is when Market Cipher B prints a red dot when the wave crosses over. And when I was in university, when I was getting my doctorate, they taught us that the way that real professionals refer to these red dots are red diddly doots on the daily. And so that's what that is. A diddly doot is a red dot. Let's see. CB says, my spider lines don't work. Any tips? Guys, I need to go and study CryptoFace's spider line video. I need to go and study it again because I am not well versed in it. Definitely not well versed enough to talk about it on YouTube because I don't like to talk about things I don't know about. Yes, Creepy Joe. We should call it a diddly don't so that you don't enter along. That's good, man. I'm gonna start I'm gonna start using that. Okay, guys, they're not diddly doots. They're diddly don'ts. Okay, they're diddly don'ts. Guys, FOMO into the like button, man. We got 500 viewers in here. This is nuts. 500 viewers and only 382 likes. Y'all, FOMO into the like button. FOMO in. It's like I look at this chart. Look at the like button chart, guys. It's just super bullish, and our next resistance, our next target, is $500,000. So FOMO in, FOMO in. Look at this, guy. Look at this, guys. It's gonna go up in the next 2 days about 1,000%. Don't miss out. FOMO into the like button. Okay, just to recap. I just want to recap because there's a lot of people in here. What exactly we're expecting to happen here. First of all, we've got a bearish divergence printing, so it looks like we're coming down. We are breaking down below a key daily support level. Our next daily level is down here at 51,616. Obviously, we have these sub-levels on the way down. We have our 21 EMA as another dynamic support. But also, we're keeping an eye on this cup and handle pattern that's forming right here, where we pretty much started on this daily support. We came up, we formed our cup, we came up to the top of the cup, and now if we come down to this daily support again, it would form a perfect handle, and it would also be a perfect retest of this previous resistance that we broke out of, right? We tried to break out of this resistance 1, 2, 3 times. We finally broke out. Now it looks like we'll come down for not only a retest, but a retest and a completion of the pattern of the cup and handle. And also that will give Market Cipher B a lot of time to cool off. So really what I'm looking for, guys, if you're going to short this, the time to short is right as we're breaking below this daily level. Your first take profit would be right here at 54,676. Your second take profit would be 53,270. Your final take profit and our ideal situation would be to short it down to the juicy watermelon support at about 51,700. We're waiting for Market Cipher B to really cool down, and ideally we wanted to see a nice tight trigger wave below the zero line would be super ideal, where we could look for an entry right in here and hopefully launch off of this daily support level and hit a new all-time high. And our target, guys, our short-term target for this would just be the cup and handle pattern. And the way we figure that out is by taking a trend line and doing it from the bottom of the cup to the top of the cup. And then we just take and drag this thing up like this. And our target is around 70K. So honestly, guys, I am hoping to get into, this is my ideal situation, is that I can long from the juicy watermelon daily all the way up to the our target, which is a nice 38% move. That would be really nice. Really nice. A nice 38% move. That would be super nice. I think if I actually got that profit, I would eat some watermelon to celebrate. I would eat some watermelon for sure. So that's the recap of what we were waiting for, y'all. FOMO into the like button. Adrian CMF says if you go to the 30-minute/15-minute, we have the same pattern from yesterday, or at least the same range of decay. What do I think about that? Creepy Joe. Oh man, bro, you're cracking me up here. Okay. I don't know. The 30-15, same rate of decay. I haven't really checked it out as yesterday. I guess you're talking about this coming down. Yeah, we do have that. The only thing to keep in mind is the reason we have that is because if we look and we it's not only from yesterday, it's from a few days in a row, because really we've had this pattern where we just come down like that, we come down like that, we come down like that. The reason that keeps happening on these lower time frames is because on the higher time frames, on the look at this, look at the Market Cipher B here. What you're seeing on the 30-minute is just a zoomed in version of us printing these red dots and coming down, printing these red dots and coming down, printing these red dots and coming down. And so it's really the same thing is repeating itself on Market Cipher B and the price, because we're just printing this bearish divergence here. So we're just basically seeing the same thing happening over and over again, just slightly lower, slightly lower. So that's what you're seeing there on those lower time frames. It's not, it's visible up here too. It just, the zoomed out version can show us more clearly that we're actually coming down, down, down. And it is refreshing, guys. I have to be honest. It is refreshing to finally see Market Cipher be cooling down, because you guys know that when I was talking about, when we entered long right here in the Discord, and guys, by the way, if you're interested in joining the Discord, the private Discord where we do talk about our trades and show our potential trades, and we have access to a comprehensive trading course, join my Discord, shoot me an email, I'll give you information about the comprehensive course. There's a lot of information about it. It'll teach you how to trade from A to Z, everything. We just went over moving averages and how to draw accurate support and resistance lines. Hit me up in the Discord or shoot me an email. In the description of this video, you'll find that stuff. But guys, ideally what we were waiting for, when we saw money flow starting to cross over, we were waiting for something like this. We saw we had our nice anchors down here, and then we saw that we formed a nice trigger right here with the money flow in the red still. And really what we were hoping for was to come up again and then to come down and form like a nice tight trigger wave right here when money flow was in the blue. This would have been a really powerful entry, but instead we kept forming these high trigger waves, which ended up being good trades for us, right? We took these trades and we ended up making profit, which is great, right? It's always great to make profit, but these were risky trades, because when you're up this high and you're printing these green trigger waves, you know, it's not okay if money flow has just crossed over like this. It's okay if money flow has been crossed over, right? Like back here, money flow has been crossed over. Now we're printing these high green trigger waves, but even still, we're still getting these lower ones. We want to see something like this. And it would be really nice if Market Cipher B cools off and we do get something like that. If we get something even above the zero line, but maybe up here, that would be really nice. Now, I don't plan to be trading today. I don't be planning to trade over the weekend either. Maybe Sunday, depending on what things are telling me. But yeah. Alright guys, it's been a long stream today. It's been a long stream. I appreciate all of you. I asked my date this last time and I haven't seen her since. Oh, I guess we're in the middle of a conversation here. Sounds like some funny stuff. Alright guys, I'm going to have to head out of here. Thank you so much for everyone who has been here. May the Lord bless all of you and keep you in the name of Jesus. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael. May the Lord bless you and keep you in the name of Jesus, the Messiah and the God of Israel. Alright, bye.